RMJ movie reviews back again, people. And I've been eating peanuts because they taste good. I'm back with an On the Fly movie review. This was the other movie I rented from Redbox. And I don't know if you can tell by my mood or my demeanor. I'm not very happy. It's a film called Martyrs, okay? What can I say about Martyrs? Supposedly, from my understanding, this is a remake. I had heard things about the other film. And you know, I'm like one of those adventurous film fans where if I hear something is gruesome or shocking and blah blah this and blah blah that, I'll go seek it out and go watch it, okay? So I had took this out thinking that this was the other film, okay? Because you know Redbox is not like Blockbusters or Hollywood Video from back in the day where you can actually see faces and covers. You know, you see the little stupid little boxes in the mailbox or wherever it is. And on top of that, I rented from a Redbox that's by a giant eagle on the street. So while I'm just trying to look at the damn movies, I'm also looking over my shoulder just so somebody doesn't club me over my head and take my money. You know, that's the benefit of Redbox and not having Blockbuster, right, guys? So anyway, I start watching Martyrs last night. I get tired, decide to go to bed. It started out, and I said, okay, what's going on? And it kept going, and I kept saying, what's going on? And it kept going, and I kept saying, what's going on? And it kept going, and I kept saying, what the hell is going on? To which I got an answer, and I knew that it would happen, where some evil genius, in this case, it's Kate Burton from Big Trouble in Little China. It was nice to see her. I didn't even recognize until I looked into her eyes, and I said, oh, that's Gracie's friend from Big Trouble in Little China, who's willing to do anything or say anything or whatever the line is from that movie. She's the mastermind. She gives out this whole monologue, which she does very well. She's a very good actress. And the cinematography, there's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with the acting in this movie. And the music, I might add, I really liked. I really liked the score. There's some scenes between the two little girls in the beginning of the movie. I guess I'll tell you the plot. There's two little scenes in the beginning of the movie that I really like, where the girls are outside in the snow. Very beautiful shot. But that's about where it stops for me. Martyrs is a story of some girl escaped torture by some sicko sadist to catch a predator type of person. I guess. Because that's about as much as I understood. They don't find the sickos. She's in an orphanage a la Silent Night, Deadly Night, 1984. Except these nuns don't beat her ass. She meets up with a friend and she thinks somebody's out to kill her. Like Reagan from The Exorcist. You know, something's out to kill her. Okay? And what happened after that? It's years later, the girl who was kidnapped goes to some lovely family's house, promptly blows everybody away, and kills everybody in the house. Which is a very nice thing to do. And she tells her buddy that she knew from the orphanage about it. She comes to the house and goes, what the Sam hell is wrong with you? And she tries to tell her, these are the people who tortured me that they never caught. Friend doesn't believe her. Long story short, we ended up finding out that this lovely family ties looking family is actually a gigantic group of sadists. So the girl did right by blowing all of them away. But we also find out it's an even larger conspiracy. Rosemary's Baby style. Or Halloween the Curse of Michael Myers style. With underneath caverns under a house It houses a gigantic torture chamber where they torture little girls. So basically, what you have here is To Catch a Predator meets Rosemary's Baby meets A Clockwork Orange meets Saw. That's what you got here. And I absolutely hated this movie. I think this is the most absurd thing I've ever seen. And I've sat through Night Eyes 1 and 2 with Andrew Stevens. The second one was Shannon Tweed. I've sat through Hell Night with Linda Blair. I sat through Death by Temptation. I sat through No Contest with Andrew Dice Clay. I sat through Black Belt with Donna Dragon Wilson. American Samurai with David Bradley. I even sat through all 4 Relentless movies. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I sat through Psycho Cop 2, Psycho Cop Returns. And I'll tell you, this is the most absurd movie I have seen in a very long time. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I'd say even on a horror thriller level, I was so tempted to cut it off and go watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation with Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger. That's how absurd I thought this was. I thought this thing was so absurd that I would actually seriously rather watch both Hills Have Eyes sequels. I mean, The Hills Have Eyes Part 2 from 1985, directed by Wes Craven. And I'd rather watch The Hills Have Eyes 2 from 2007 than to sit through this movie Martyrs. Absolutely absurd. What you got here is a sadist part. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And there's a lot of things, like I said, I can watch some things and say, this is like, I can watch Psycho Cop Returns, Psycho Cop 2, and say, this is entertainingly bad. You know, I can watch Exterminator 2 with Robert Ginty and Mario Van Peebles, and I can say, this is entertainingly bad. But it reaches a whole nother level, like when something is absurd, and it also kind of like tries to play it like it's... I don't know if I could dare use the word serious, but it just has a certain kind of seriousness they're trying to apply to it. And it's absurd. I mean, when Kate Burton gives the speech about why they're torturing these kids and stuff, it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, oh God, let me tell you, I'd rather go watch Dreamcatcher with Morgan Freeman and Thomas Jane and Donnie Wahlberg. And I hated that movie. I forced an old girlfriend to sit through that. She hated that movie so much she contemplated breaking up with me over it. I mean, I hate this movie so much I'd rather go watch that movie. And that movie's terrible. Oh man, this is absurd. I don't really have much else I can say about it. But I really like the music. I liked Kate Burton's, final bad guy monologue, because I thought the way she delivered it was very good, and I really liked the music in that scene. I liked the cinematography, and the one actress who played the crazy chick, I really like her. I've seen her in other things before, and I think I've seen the other actors too. But all the actors in this thing were good. There's a really cool stunt where some guy clotheslines this chick, and it was a badass clothesline. I was like, damn, they should put that clothesline in action films in the way it was filmed. It was a good stunt. I mean, looked like they might have stole it from I Know What You Did Last Summer and maybe a couple of Schwarzenegger movies, but either way, that's about as good as it gets. Martyrs is absurd. God. Only thing I can say is, people, there comes a point in time when life is precious and every moment counts. And when I watched Martyrs, I just realized that precious moments of my life are going away. They're ticking. And even me sitting here telling you about it right now, it's ticking away. That's all I have to say about the film. Any one of my subscribers who are fans of horror film, anybody who's a horror geek like I am, please leave comments down below about this film. I don't know what else to say about it other than, even for its genre, it was ridiculous. It was, oh God. Please thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video, and leave comments down below about Martyrs if you want. Why anybody would want to comment about this movie, I don't know. Oh, God. RMJ Movie Reviews. I'll be back. Oh, jeez. Soon.